Look, if you are anything like me and are just thinking so many times, is that really a real picture or is that some Photoshop nonsense? And you got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. I appreciate you hanging out with us. One of the weirdest things that I've discovered is this grok thing on X. Is it grok, Grok? And the reason why I bring that up is because I don't trust any of the grip and grins, the outdoor pictures, the scenic pictures, the fishing pictures. I don't believe anything anymore. I put in there, I said, generate a pic of Darth Vader hunting a whale. Sure, Schnitzel. There it is. Darth Vader, big old lightsaber, just doing this, going after a whale. Not a lie. So what do you believe anymore? What can you believe when it comes to photographs of our outdoor world and all the accomplishments that we have? What's up, Rhonda? All the accomplishments that we've had. Like you get this wonderful, wonderful buck. Do you believe in it? Do you believe that? I'm going to take a picture and it looks like it's a 250-inch buck. What's up, Eddie? A 250-inch buck. I don't know. Did I put into Grok? Did I put into Chat GPT or generate a picture of this? Of me. Here's a picture of me. I can take a picture of me and I could be doing damn near anything. Grizz, don't you got something to do, buddy? Oh, that's right. That's at noon. Okay, cool. Grizz is going to go hang out with Rob. I just sent him a text. I just sent him a little, big bro, get after it. Your march to the top of the communication world starts today, my man. So, that's what big brothers do. Yeah. I appreciate you had some time and spend it with me, my man. So anywho, I saw a couple of pictures, especially one from the Olympics, and I'm like, there's just no way this is real. This it's just not real. It's surfing. This is outdoor show. This is what we do. And I was before I show you the picture, and then also the picture of my girlfriend, because I think one of you said that you rescued a bird and that bird didn't leave you alone. And the very first picture my girlfriend ever sent to me, long time ago, she kept saying she had a bird that she rescued and it would just land on her head when she rolled out of the roll up the house. And I'm like, no, you got to send me a picture of that. If I saw that picture today, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. But before we get to that, this is unbelievable. So Jim, thank you for saying that, buddy. I appreciate this because we need to up both of those. So if y'all could share this out and let us know what's going on. 172 on YouTube. I know. We gotta keep pushing, but there's some YouTube hits where I'm getting like some X amount of thousands of views on it. So I don't really get the algorithm, and I'm going to start putting money into it very soon here. So we're going to kind of promote some things and make this thing grow. But Jim, I appreciate you pointing that out because yes. Mm-hmm. Anyway, a couple of things to notice when you see an outdoor pic. An outdoor pic is usually a lie, but it is that it actually happened. If you see somebody holding a fish like this, I'll use my phone as an example. Like this, that is a legitimate picture. Okay. Now look how my phone is normal size. It's pretty big, but I mean, it's whatever it is, isn't. Here we go. Here's how you do it in the fishing world. You hold it up like way close like this, and now look how big my phone is, right? So fishing pics are a lot. I saw the first time I saw somebody do this with an elk, I thought this was the craziest thing. This is the biggest elk in the world. This is a dinosaur. Then I was told exactly what they're doing with the pic. They put their hand, I mean, just like fingertips, so it looks like it's touching the rack and back up as far as they can. And it makes this thing look gigantic. And it's just nonsense. It's not, come on. And like I said, with AI, it's just not believable. And not believable at all. The first pick I want to get to is that pick where I did not believe this when I was told years ago by my then friend, now girlfriend, Becky, that she saved a bird. She is in a bird rescue program. We've had owls, and it's just fantastic. It's really cool. So it's a bird rescue program. People want to rescue a dove. I'm like, let me come to you with rescuing doves. Dove, in all of the hunting that goes on around the world of dove, and doves is flyways, and I'm talking about like foreign countries you wouldn't think had just a whole dove hunting season. In all of the days, weeks, bag limits, hunters, everything, hunting season doesn't even scratch the surface of population of dove. So if you hit a dove with the car, sad, whatever, but come on, let's. Anyway, she rescues dove. She rescued a dove. And she said, every time I go out into the backyard, the dove lands on my head. I'm like, that is a bunch of darn nonsense. That's a bunch of, oh crap. Yep, that's what happens right there. The dove is sure Schnitzel right there with her. Right there. There she is. And she's beautiful. Yes. But the dove did land on her head every time she went outside. I wouldn't believe that if there were not photographic evidence back then. I would think, okay, then that's what really happened. Okay, there's photographic evidence. Now, if she said that, because she could go on to Grok on the new version on Twitter on X and say, put a T-Rex on my head, put a baby velociraptor on my head, and make it look just as real as that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eddie's that's actually a good question right there. So I guess yeah. Needed since she named it. No, it's been long gone, far before us dating, and even then I would not have been able to eat it. Nope. Just I don't even know what happened to it. I actually forget the story. I guess I should probably ask. Yes. Means I say oh, today, I'm more closer to death than I was yesterday. I'm fine. It's right. Okay, everybody's today, everybody's closer to death than they were yesterday. It is kind of a statement of fact. Nobody's getting off this rock alive. It just is what it is. So what brought this all about is the release of Grok 2.0 and me starting to play with it and generate pictures that I'm like, this is insane. I mean, it doesn't miss. This is crazy. But then I saw this picture from the Olympics. You guys remember this? That's a real picture. I'm not kidding. This is a real picture. This guy in that surfboard, in that pose, with that background on top of that wave is a legitimate photograph. A legitimate photograph. Like that actually looks photoshopped. It looks like it is just something right. Look at that thing. I mean, it looks like it's completely photoshopped. There's no way this is right. There's no way this is correct. So I then looked, did the research like we do here on the show. I know it sounded a little Trumpy there. I said back off a little bit. Hold on. Check this out. Watch this. This is the guy. This is actually what led to that picture. Look, he's got his arm already up. He's already ready for the pose. It was the end of his ride, so he decided to go up and launch off of the thing. Look at that. He's already got his arm up just like that. He's striking a little stance pose, and the board was right behind him, and then he dives. So at the peak of that, you got this from the beach. That is fantastic. That is absolutely, Eddie. It is badass. That is absolutely amazing. That is my screenshot. I mean, sorry, my profile pic until the day I die. Until that guy is 80 some odd years old and on his deathbed, he is like that. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. That's a real picture. That's legit. I don't know if you know this little side note here. That's along the same lines. You know the iconic picture of Muhammad Ali, and I forget who he's over. He knocked down somebody, Frazier, whoever he knocked down. And he's standing above him like this, just got his arm up on his chest. It looks like, and most people would say if they've seen that picture, that he was standing on top of him, taunting him like that. No. If you watch the video, it is lightning fast. And the camera just happened to catch it right there because he just went boom to his chest and came back down like that. It's amazing. But today, I could do this. I could actually have AI put me in that picture over Muhammad Ali if I wanted to. Oh, what do you believe? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a road runner scavengers, Mike, roommate saw one eat a, oh man, birds will eat anything. Birds, a lot of people don't know this. Like a lot of you go to the like out here to Hickman's out in the West Valley. The chickens eat meat. Chickens are carnivores. Birds are carnivores. Birds, oh hell yeah. So we want to know if the roadrunners are scavengers. Oh, hell, they'll eat anything. Birds will eat anything. And birds are opportunistic. And you've got to think about it. You put yourself into a bird situation, any kind of animal in the wild. You put yourself into their situation. It is a constant game of survival. You eat whenever you can. You drink whenever you can. Sounds like me, right? Eat whatever you can, drink whatever you can. I'm just sticking with nature. And you're always keeping your head on a swivel to not get eaten by another animal that is eating whenever they can, that is drinking whenever they can. So, chickens are cannibalistic. There's so many. The list of cannibals, squirrels, Some types, some species or versions. I don't know if you call them a gorilla, ape, some primates as well. There are a lot of. Uh, Ron just said wicked cool, wicked cool. This is a little throwback to Rob for a little mass person that he is. But we didn't. He said, but we didn't have cameras like that back then. Here's the deal. Used to surf all the time in SoCal and never thought of doing that. Right. So Eddie, let me ask you this: did you ever, in my old hood, did you ever surf in Huntington Beach? And this is again, we can talk about anything we want outdoors. We can always play along in the conversation. That's fine. But this is an outdoor program. We talk about surfing's outdoors. I've never surfed. I've tried a few times. I got up. I was like, okay, that was a lot of work. So okay, so surfed. Okay, what was with that whole culture? Like when intern Beans wanted to learn how to surf, I'm like, we're not doing an HB. Man, HB was worse than, because the I would say top 5 movies of all time, North Shore, of course, with Rick Kane, learned to surf here at Big Surf, went to surf the waves of the North Shore. Don't even start with me on quotes. I can go all show with those. Oh, you lived in Torrance and you drove. Okay, you drove over to the waves from Torrance. That's a hell of a commute. But Huntington Beach, the local surf culture, a bunch of punks, I mean, you're a new guy who wants to go out there. I want to learn how to surf. I just moved to a place they call Surf City. Don't you dare think about it. You better go up the road to Seal Beach or Sunset because you aren't learning in Huntington Beach. You're gonna get your tuchus kicked. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I imagine you're amazed. Rhonda says, and this is really, really cool because I love photography. You'd be amazed what photographers could do with the film back in the day. What back in this career here, if you go back in the old radio days, where if you had to edit audio, you had to take the reel to reel, you had to cut you had to tape it together. I no way in hell I had the skills to do that. So I'm very excited about our digital nice. He's trying to be nice. Yeah, the little they weren't gripey. He said this about the HB locals, a little bit gripey. Absolutely not. They're absolute punks. Yeah, they just. I mean, culture is just terrible. I mean, a good friend of mine, Todd Amer, like a black belt in Kempo, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and just lived that lifestyle. He was an instructor for both disciplines, had his own studio, was always out there, one of the nicest guys in the world. And he's like, I keep my mouth shut. Yeah. Yeah. You can break them in though. What do you do? Break them in with what? What do you break those clowns in with? Because you got to understand there's this whole surf culture where they're like, we're on the inside, you're on the outside. I don't know about break them in. I think what do you have to get jumped in or something like that? Yeah, not for me. Not for me. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This is the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, world that we live in. And we're just talking about photography that I just couldn't believe was real. It wasn't AI. So now I think, something actually now, kind of to Rhonda's point, that I think now the art can come through. Like if you now have non-AI generated, CGI assisted photography, you can now stand out as something completely exceptional. And I think the cool kids are going to stay with the old cameras. I have one that I had to buy for my kid when he got into high school a couple years ago, and that thing was madly expensive. I have no idea how to use it. If anybody wants one, by the way, I do have that. You said love your film cameras, been doing nature and landscape forever, even wildlife from time to time. We'd love to see some of those. There is and somebody asked, I'm sorry, I did not get to the moose story. We can save that for mañana, but I will get to the moose story. But I do have an old Canon, the whole, the film and all that stuff like that. I have no idea if there's even any film in it. I'm sure there's some weird pics that I took back in the day. But when I was in high school, they told me, hey, you should take a typing class. I'm like, typing? I'm not going to be a secretary. Come on. Come on. Typing. Yeah, I took photography. Should have taken typing. Hey, Mike, you should take a computer class your senior year. I'm like, computers? I'm not a nerd. Why would I do that? Computers are for nerds. I took advanced photography. Yeah. two of the early misses in Mike Russell's life right there. Two of the really, really early misses, man. Mm-hmm. There's a few, if you follow, and this is a good point, Chris, there's a few Instagram, some Facebook guys that are just insane, amazing. And a real good way to find them is if you do go over to X, you go to X and just put nature photography. You're going to see a lot of the best of the best in the biz come up, whether it's video or whether it's stills. Damn. I mean, just so cool to watch. We should probably do an episode just on really, really cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, you about the DSLR Canon? Always using my 35 mil. Is right. It says Brendan. Yeah, dude, those were the days, right? Those were the days where you just roll through the photo mat. And then, okay, again, those days I was raised in Southern California. So you take your film to these little drive-through places, look like little standalones in like grocery store, strip mall parking lots, and you would just hand them your film. And then days later, you wouldn't even call them to see if it's ready. You just assume in a week we're ready. And then remember, you'd get the packages of film to develop pictures. And immediately just start scrolling through these things. Boom, 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 boom. Like pro baseball card traders. Got it, need it, got it. Just start dishing through those things. Oh, those were the days. I mean, you didn't know what you had. You had no idea what you had. It was fantastic. What a great point. 1 hour photo. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it took a week, right? Oh my gosh. But I think it's a cool medium that's coming back, and it's trendy now, and it's a lot of fun. And it's a lot of fun. And I'm actually absurd. I'm actually upset. No one came with North Shore references. Nobody. The greatest surf movie of all time. I'm telling you, North Shore. Mm-hmm. When the wave breaks here, don't be here. That's right. Way to go. Oh my gosh. See, and that's early pirating right there. And I have no problem with it. I have absolutely zero problem with this. My buddy's working one of those that would make copies of the good ones. I can imagine what you saw back in there. I mean, think about that. I mean, we handed them our personal film. We handed strangers our personal pictures. Handed to them. And we didn't really even know what we got, because sometimes, remember, you'd be like, there's still like 8 pics on this roll. I don't know what the other pics were. Let's go turn it in. I mean, you have no idea. Mm-hmm. Yes. I took a prize at the Arizona State Fair for one of my high school pictures, and damn good thing too, because I still don't know how to type or use a computer. So at least I got a prize at the State Fair. That's all I got. Yesterday I was talking about the basically the MREs. Remember talking about this? We're talking about getting ready for Havasupai and keeping a light pack with this type of hiking. Pounds equal pain, and we have to have room for water. Any heft you have should come from water, or places something to hydrate with. The tough part about that is food. When I travel, I want to eat, and I want to eat well. I was just getting excited last night. I will be going to Las Vegas in a couple of weeks. And a part of one of the stops in Las Vegas we're going to have is a restaurant with just nachos. I don't know what heaven looks like, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have restaurants just for nachos. So we're gonna go figure that one out. But I've been thinking about food, and I have a nice food dehydrator. And I know jerky. I love jerky. I really, really do. But especially with my game meat, I have to limit the quantities that I'm making in game meat, because they get that white, they go bad pretty damn quickly because there's no real preservatives on them. So they this is what they call the MREs. Come on now, we call meals rejected by that is fantastic. That meals rejected by Ethiopians, the MREs. Wow. Yeah. Even Ethiopia's like, nah, I ain't eating that. But here's what I did. So I started looking into these things, and they were like anywhere from like $16 to $20. And I'm like, the what? I mean, you give $16, $20. I mean, that's 2 ribeyes. Why? Huh? Why am I dehydrating nonsense that I'm going to eat all the junk that's in these things? What I found was an article that was interesting. They had and again, this is, you know how I feel about articles start, the best backpacking food tested and reviewed. I'm like, yeah, maybe to you, but there was an interesting thing, part of this, because it was actually a study. It wasn't just, oh, we had certain brands that just happened to advertise with our publication here. We have them send us a bunch of stuff, and we're going to tell you which one's the best. Coincidentally, the best is the one that paid the most for advertising. Anyway, 7 testers ate the top freeze-dried and dehydrated meals on our backpacking testing trip. Okay, now you got me. So what they did was they did this big 7-day coastal hike and had 3 meals a day with MREs or these dehydrated pre-made meals. Interesting to me because I don't care about what they think is the best and not, because everybody's taste buds are different, right? What was interesting is they said that 3, maybe even 2, because of all of the junk, all of the sodium and preservatives and stuff in each of these, the meals were too heavy. And it was actually slowing them down. So they found a meal and a half, 1 meal to a meal and a half was just enough for all day, 7-day kind of deal. Like, just keep your energy up and not feeling like you're getting slowed down. And that to me was probably the most valuable piece of information. Runner came with another MRE. Here we go. This is meals rarely excrete. You guys are the best. But I was thinking, well, okay, then yeah, why spend $20 on these things, or $19, $18, $20? You buy in bulk and it takes it all the way down to like $17.50. So why? So I started doing some research, and of course, Jerky's coming with us. Fruit leather is something that I'm excited to try this weekend. I'm going to try it, so I'm excited to. I'm going to try that live on Monday. We're just going to give that a shot. We're going to try the fruit leather, and what that is simply put a bunch of fruit that you like in a blender, blend it all up, pour it into one of the little liquid trays that go into the food dehydrator, and it comes out looking like leather. It's not pretty. It doesn't look very appetizing, but it's a giant adult fruit roll-up. So I'm down with that. Okay, so tell me about that, Grizz. Grizz said you have a Patriot Supply, because I reached out to them to see if we can get a discount code for our peeps. And so did you like them though? I mean, from someone who's had the meals rarely excreted and the meals rejected by Ethiopians, you've had those. How does it rate? I mean to ask you on the fly here, buddy. I mean, you type in feverishly, but if you go like the My Patriot Supply, there's several other prepper kind of programs out there. How does it stack up to a military MRE? So I'm really curious, because the military MRE versus the bags I've seen from those, the military MRE seem a little more hefty. But that might just have a bunch of gear in it, like stuff to eat it with or to cook it. Hell if I know. So. Okay, fruit leather is awesome. Yeah, we're gonna give some fruit leather a try. I don't have my staple ingredients here, but I'm gonna try some like strawberries and berries and stuff like that. We can give that a try. But here's what I wanted as far as meals, because you can sustain, of course, on fruit and protein. That's fine. And by the way, just so we're very clear, when I watch these shows, I would love to be a meal tester, Lynn. I think it's a fantastic idea. Okay, so Grizz says that the stuff that's being sold as prepper kind of My Patriot Supply and stuff is very good compared to the MRE. So that's good news. So I'm excited about that, because I got a bucket of the stuff out in the garage as well. Haven't tried it, but anyway, did you know that you can get what's called protein starvation? This is something that I found out probably in the last 6 years of my life that I didn't know that, because watch the shows like Alone and play these shows where people out there survived naked and afraid. If you're only eating protein, like they knock down a deer, you're like, oh, that guy's going to win. He's got a whole deer. He's going to be able to live and sustain life. Nope. Nope. No. If you just eat protein, you're toast, and there's no fat. There's nothing else involved there. So yeah. Okay. It won't last long in the garage. Okay. Well, my girlfriend cleaned out one of her places up north, and so that bucket was there, and I'm like, yeah, check it out. So I'll look into it. I'll crack that thing open and see what we can do with it. Didn't know that. I thought they were supposed to last like Twinkies. No. Anyway, so instead of spending the $20 on this is what I'm trying. So I am going to go. I already have them from the store. So for $1.49, I have a can of Campbell's soup. Campbell soup. Yeah, I got clam chowder. I got chicken noodle. I got the Mexican rice one. I got sausage. I got whatever jambalaya. I got it all. And don't kid yourself. If you think I'm going anywhere when soup is involved and I'm not getting Denti Moore beef stew, please. No, it is not good. No, it smells actually like dog food when it comes out of the can, but it is delicious and it sends me home. Boy, let me tell you, that is comfort food. I have had a chef on, a very kind of a pretty well-known chef here in Arizona. I've had him on several times. Funny guy. I remember asking him one point because the stuff he cooks is just out of this world. I said, "What's your favorite food?" He said, "Chef Boyardee ravioli in a can, cold, not even heated up." I said, "Why?" He goes, "I eat the best food every single day." He's like, "I mean, lobster bisque. I'm having this, all this great stuff." He goes, "I just want to eat what I ate when I was a kid sometimes." Like, that is fantastic. I know, Rhonda. I'm glad I knew somebody was going to come along with me on that. Mm-hmm. Denti Moore beef stew is just fantastic. Now I might gross you out a little bit. So these two teethies right here, these guys right here, these are implants. And while I was going through the total, I can get into that story later as why they're implants. But no, it's not toothless by selfie. I promise. The process, I couldn't eat solid foods. I couldn't chew for a bit. I blended everything. I blended Denti Moore beef stew like it was nothing. So what I'm going to do is take those, even SpaghettiOs. Hell yeah, let's go. Blend them. I'm going to pour them in the food dehydrator. Same thing I'm doing with the fruit leather. And I am going to, I'm going to it comes out from what I've seen online. I'm going to try this. It comes out brittle. So you just pack it. It weighs nothing. You pack it into Ziploc bags and then pour it into a jet boil with about a cup of water. And then boom, you're dealing right there. See? I'm excited to try it because blended soup, that stuff doesn't bother me at all. So it's going to taste great to me. And yeah. That's you can take a SpaghettiOs and stuff like that and seal it in a pack. Yeah, eat it right out of it. That too. Yeah, but the same as again with the going down to have a soup pie, pains equal pounds. Pain. Hold on, let me get some coffee. We're going to. Mm-hmm. Pounds equal pain. See, I did it. Coffee just kicks me right back into it. I'm telling you. Yeah. So that is something I'm going to try. So this weekend, we don't have kids, so we are going to set it out, get it ready to go. We're going to try fruit leather. We're going to try jerky, and we're going to try the soups. So I think it's going to be fun. It's a little fun experiment over the weekend. We will taste them live on Monday. Okay. Assuming all goes to plan. I have had great culinary ideas that have all just gone to crap once I'm implementing them. So yeah, we're gonna try some smoked salmon and take that. Amen, brother. Do I love smoked salmon? And the great part about it is I could pack smoked salmon for both Becky and I, and she hates seafood. Thinking ahead. That's right, thinking ahead. And spam, my man, Lynn, spam would send me back as well. It really does. It sends me back to a time where I apparently was not a good kid and I was fed spam. But I liked it okay. It wasn't, I think it gets a bad rap. I really do. I think there's probably cool ways to cook spam where people would like it, but it does get a bad rap. I'm telling you this. Love the canned tamales. What? Hold on. You're talking my language now. Canned tamales, Vienna sausages. Not a fan of Denti Moore. That's okay. It's just fine. I mean, you married him anyway. I mean, obviously he married up then if he doesn't like Denti Moore. I mean, please. But yes, getting I'm blending everything. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna dehydrate everything. When it all goes down, just come over to Mike's. I've got dehydrated everything, whatever. I have a giant bin that weighs 2 pounds, and the bin actually weighs a pound. Everything else inside weighs a pound, but you just put water in it, and away you go. See? That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Grizz, of course, give Rob a big squeeze from all of us and let him know we said what up and congrats, and we're wishing him the very best. And everybody playing along, we love you. Thank you all for doing this. And again, like you said on YouTube, the more likes, shares we can, the better. Maybe we can hook up with some collab stuff, maybe with Ron as well, and just get this thing moving, up and moving. Got a lot of cool things coming up, including reaction videos from one of my most trusted, educated, awesome firearm instructor there is. So we'll get some cool, funny firearm videos out here and have him react. It'll be a good time. So that's going to be fun as well. So we will see you all tomorrow for what? FAFO Friday. That's right. We'll see you tomorrow right here on the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, world that we live in. Have a great day.